Hello there. In this video we're going to talk about fire alarm designing when it comes to commercial. When it comes to the commercial setting, it's important for us to understand how a fire alarm system is designed. Now when it comes to the designing BS5839 part 1, it gives you a layout of how the design should be done. Now it's based on three things. One is manual, then you have life safety L, and then you got P properties. So they got M, P and L. So when it comes to M is a manual system, so you will only have manual call point in the building, especially escape routes, and also the manual call point in certain areas. It depends on the fire risk assessment. If the building is too big, you end up having more manual call point than just having to have them in the escape route. Then you have sounders. So the sounders, so when the manual call point is activated, the sounders will start to work, and mostly providing a 65 decibel sound throughout the building. So the manual call point has no automatic fire detection devices. Then when you come to life safety L, and there are subcategories. So start from L1 to L5. Now let's look at L5. L5 is a customized category. Now L5 is a risk-based category, so it's a fire risk assessor would go there and assess the risk of individual rooms, and then will say this room will have to have an automatic fire detection system fitted, then you will have a fire alarm automatic detector fitted into that room. Similarly, you will have certain rooms and certain room not having it. So this is a fully customized system, and we call it a risk assess fire system, the L5 system. Then let's move on to L4 system. L4 system is you will only have automatic fire alarm detection in the escape routes or air circulation place and the communal areas. So you're looking about corridors having covered with the fire automatic detectors, but not in the rooms. So that's the L4 system. So it's a very basic category, so it gives you a basic coverage. Then when we move to L3 system, is that L4 plus the rooms that leads to escape route. So if a room that when you open the room, then you come across corridor, so that's the room lead to escape route. So that room will also need a fire automatic detector put in, and then similarly the corridor will also have to have it. So you get L4 plus L3. So in L3 you're going to get L4 plus the rooms that leads to the corridor. So that becomes a L3 system. In some places you find that there are some rooms that will not lead to an escape room, rather they will lead to another room. For example, a server room, a computer-based room, or maybe a storage. Now, in an L2 category, the fire risk assessor need to assess the risk associated with this room, and if they insist that to have a fire automatic detector put in, then that comes a L2 system. So L2 system is basically L3. So you start with L4 plus L3. Now, again, the rooms that we don't have any fire alarm automatic detectors, and the room that don't lead to an escape route, you have to do a fire risk assessment to find out whether you would need an automatic detector. That becomes an L2 system. So it's much more, it gives you more coverage and more safety than an L3 system. Then the last one is the L1 system. In an L1 system, you would have automatic fire alarm detector all throughout the building. So anything more than, that includes the cupboard. Anything more than 1 meter square, you will then have an automatic fire alarm detectors put in. So that gives a comprehensive coverage of the building, and it's a category that will have more protection against the fire. So again, this has to be decided by the fire risk assessor. So as a fire alarm designer, you need to work with the risk assessor to find out what exactly the coverage is required, and then you can when you sign off your certificate, you could sign them accordingly.